Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be doing another review. This one is going to be on Thierry Mugler's Angelman Pure Malt. Here's Cologne right here. It's only available in 3.4 or 100 milliliters. I haven't seen any other sizes that you can really get this one in. The standard, it looks very similar to the Amen the refill bottle that you have. It's pretty standard if you look on the bottom. I personally like these bottles. They've got the it's kind of like rubber on the outside. It's got the Angelman star. It's got the liquid that you can actually see through. The see-through liquid is kind of amber colored, and on the bottom we have our serial number. I'm not sure if you can really see it. It's at the top here, right there. A serial number that you know it's the authentic, genuine article. Personally, I got this one from FragranceNet. This is actually discontinued now. It was released back in 2009, but it was a limited edition. So this can be found online. You can buy it from, I believe, like eBay, FragranceNet, and those other warehouse stores. A lot of the warehouse stores still have it, and you can purchase it for usually anywhere between like $69 and $75. I got this from FragranceNet for $75, free shipping. So it worked out pretty well. That being said, what are the notes of this thing? This is, I couldn't find the specific notes for Angelman Pure Malt. However, their description of this scent is they simply took Angelman and let it pretty much ferment in the cask that they use for liquor malt. Like, have you ever seen those, barrels, sort of, kind of like, Donkey Kong barrels? Well, they fermented it in those casks, so it let the cologne soak up the whiskey, and apparently you got this. So for notes, for all intents and purposes, it should be the same as Angelman, simply with that added. Not sure which whiskey it was, but just added with that whiskey by part. And the whiskey actually did a couple things to it. The scent that I get out of this is the opening is better than Angelman. It's a very boozy, vanilla, cherry, creamy smell. Like a creamy booze smell that goes in, and it's very, very pleasant and very wearable. Definitely a gourmand fragrance. If you didn't like the opening of Angelman, I'd suggest giving this one a shot. It's, in my opinion, definitely hands down better opening. In fact, when comparing the two fragrances, I'd say the opening for this one is better, but I think the dry down from the original Angelman is actually better. With that being said, this is it's a very, like I said, creamy vanilla, cherry, and whiskey opening that it opens as, and then it dries down to pretty much a tamer version of the same thing. So it's like it's like a very malty. If you've ever smelled malt liquor, it's very similar. It's malt liquor without that sharpness of the alcohol almost. So it's a very, very pleasant smell. The smell itself, or the cologne itself, is very, very versatile. Just like Angelman, you can wear this for pretty much any occasion. However, I really think that this shines in clubs or getting up close and personal, basically. This can be worn to work. Again, it's not as in your face. It's not as, slap you and say I'm here as Angelman is, which either you may like or you may dislike. The one thing about this fragrance and I've read reviews, I've heard what people are talking about, and the one thing that I differ with many people on with this is the projection on this. Now, the projection for Angelman is if you spray, 1, 2, 3, 3 sprays on it, somebody, as you're walking past, somebody from almost 10 feet plus away from you can smell you when you're wearing the original Angelman. With this, they can't. The bubble is a lot more closer to you. So the bubble with this is about 5 feet maybe, and as it, 6 feet maybe. And as time goes on, that bubble shrinks, but it's still there. The scent is still there. So 24 hours later, that bubble has pretty much gone close to your skin, but you can still smell it on your skin at that point, there. So So I think that the projection on this, well, people say it projects like a beast, is a little bit misleading, because it does, but it doesn't project as like Angelman does. That was the real beast, in my opinion, projection. And the other thing with the dry down, as I mentioned, is because it's a lot creamier, because it's a lot more wearable, because it's a little bit closer to you, pure malt, the dry down isn't as pronounced. With Angelman, that dry down is so powerful that it almost smells like you've just sprayed it. Whereas this, it does tone down in strength. So, for some people that's a good thing, for some people that's a bad thing. For me, I just say it's basically based on personal preference. What are you going to use it for? What are your occasions for? I'd say this lasts anywhere between 18 and 16 hours. It can last more to 24 depending on, once you start getting into that 24 range, it really starts to get close to your skin. Again, you can definitely smell it, but somebody standing maybe 2 feet away from you probably isn't going to smell it at that point. But it's still strong. So, when can this be worn? I think this can be worn year-round with a exclamation point. Year-round, I'd say the only time I would say be very careful, if not just avoid it altogether, is in hot or heat weather. This can become very, I believe, cloying, just like Angelman can, if you wear it during those hot months. So you can wear this during the summer. I just restrict it to evening wear in the summer, or an environment where it's not going to be blazing hot and you're not going to really offend people. This has the potential to offend, not as easily as Angelman, but the potential is still there. Just like Angelman, you can wear this, or any age group really can wear this. I think anyone can really pull this off, including older people. With the original one, I used to think, and still do, think that older men might have an iffy time pulling it off. But with this one, that's gone. Any age group can wear this. Really, anyone can wear this. My rating of this, I give this as well a 9 out of 10. Really masterfully done. A very great cologne. And for any cologne collector, I would definitely say get it. Pick it up as soon as you can. Just get it. It's a very, 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 very nice smell. Very nice gourmand, smooth, creamy. It's got that whiskey smell. Very unique. So, if you collect, and even if you don't collect, if you're interested in a very versatile scent, one that won't offend if you spray carefully, stick with this. There really is no going wrong with it. So that being said, I actually wanted to get this review out of the way. I've had this again for maybe a month, or actually 2 months, and I've worn it pretty frequently just to kind of get my opinion on it, and that's about it. Any questions whatsoever, leave a comment, pass me an email, do what you got to do. It's been Thierry Mugler's Angelman Pure Malt, and have a nice day.